Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here. Alright, now, continuing my Survivor Series reviews. Now, here's my review of Survivor Series 2001. I just started watching the show about 15-20 minutes ago, and this was a really good show right here, yeah. This was a really good to great show. Yeah, I remember I said 1999 was like a, all four, all the big four pay-per-views in 1999 were all horrible. 2001 was the other way around. All of the big four pay-per-views in 2001 were very good to great shows. Yeah, and yeah, and this was a really great show right here. Yeah. So let me just get right into this. Yeah, this event marked the end of the invasion storyline, which, yeah. Anyway, alright. First match of the night was the European Championship match, Christian defending against Al Snow. Uh, this was just this was just fine for what it was. Yeah, this was kind of short, but yeah, for what it was just fine. Yeah, nothing really too memorable about this match. Yeah, this was still just fine for what it was. Yeah, and at the end, Christian won when he like gave Al Snow a kick on the side of his face and then gave him an unprettier and pinned him. So yeah, Christian retained the European title. So yeah, it was all right. I give it, I don't know, 2 3/4. And then next up was William Regal versus Tajiri. Yeah, this was really the only bad thing on the show. This just was not good. Pretty much William Regal just dominated the entire match. Yeah, he was bleeding from his nose pretty bad. Yeah, and then he just was basically kicking Tajiri's ass. And then, yeah, at the end he won with a double hook power bomb or something. Yeah, and then yeah, afterwards he attacked Tajiri some more, and then he attacked Tori Wilson also. So yeah, I give that only about a star and a quarter. And then we had the first title unification match of the night, where it was the Intercontinental Champion test against the WCW US Champion Edge. And I thought this was pretty good right here. This was probably one of the better matches of the night. Yeah, yeah, really good right here. Yeah, they were saying like Edge was like a cruiserweight compared to Test. No, he wasn't. Edge wasn't like that much smaller than Test. But yeah, like I said, this was a pretty good match right here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there was a lot of good thing in the match. Yeah, at one point, like I think Test was trying to go for a superplex on Edge or something, but then Edge countered it. He tried to go for like a moonsault or power bomb or something, but yeah, Test fought Edge out of it. Yeah. And then when Test went for some kind of dive on the top from the top turnbuckle, Edge like got a drop kick or something on Test. Yeah. And then yeah, Test actually gave Edge the spear, but Edge survived it. Yeah. And yeah, there was a lot of countering towards the end of the match. Edge got an edge-o-matic on Test or something. Yeah. And Test survived the spear, and then yeah, then like what's it called? Test got what's it called? The double axe handle slam or whatever. Yeah, something like that. And at the end, Test was gonna go for like some kind of full Nelson slam on Edge, but Edge countered into a roll up and Edge won. So yeah, Edge was the unified champion. So yeah, pretty good match. I give it a 3.5 stars. And then next we got the Steel Cage Tag Team Championship unification match, where it was the WCW Tag Team Champions, the Dudley Boyz, versus the WWF Tag Team Champions, the Hardy Boys. And yeah, I thought this was pretty good too. Yeah, yeah, the match started like an actual tag match where they were for tagged in. And I was like, why? Yeah, there were Yeah, they were sandwiched between the ropes and the cage, so why a tag team match? Why not just make a Texas Tornado? So yeah, it did start off kind of slow, so, or just kind of average, yeah. And then, just like from out of nowhere, just it became a Texas Tornado tag team match, and they were both all four guys were going at it, yeah. Yeah, at one point, like Bubba tried to throw Jeff over his head, and then Jeff just jumped onto the cage, and he tried to climb out, and then Bubba got him on his Jeff on his shoulders, and then Devon on clothes gave Jeff a diving clothesline. And then at one point Matt Hardy was trying to climb out, and he was fighting with Devon, and then Matt's leg got caught at the top of the cage and was just stuck there. And then Stacy then got a table into the cage when the door was locked, and then Stacy was just kind of like flirting around with Nick Patrick, who had the key for the lock, and then Stacy got the lock away from him, and then she opened up the door and put the table in. The Dudley boys were gonna give a 3D to Jeff through a table, but Matt Hardy was able to uh, stop before they could connect with the 3D. Yeah. And then Matt Hardy then climbed out of the cage, and then Jeff was then threw Devon into the cage a couple of times. And yeah, Jeff was gonna climb out of the cage, and the Hardys were gonna win it. But yeah, Jeff Hardy. Yeah, Devon was laying on the table, and then Jeff tried to go for a swanton off of the cage onto Devon, but Devon moved out of the way and Jeff went through the table. And yeah, Matt Hardy tried to climb back in, but he couldn't make it in time. Yeah, Bubba pinned Jeff, and the Dudley Boys became the unified tag team champions. Yeah. And yeah, it was just so bad. Jeff needed to be carried out on a stretcher. So yeah, it was a pretty good match. 3 1/4. And then next was the Immunity Battle Royal. Before the match, in the backstage area, Test approached Scotty 2 Hotty, who was a participant in the Battle Royal, and Test just took him out. And yeah, Test just took Scotty 2 Hotty's place in the Battle Royal. So yeah, the Immunity Battle Royal. Stipulation of this match was the winner would be able to keep their job for a year regardless of who won the winner take all match. Yeah, yeah, this was just fine for a Battle Royal. Yeah, I mean, you had Alliance guys and you had WWF guys. And then Taz came, and yeah, we didn't know what side he was on, whether he was on the WWF or the Alliance side. Then also Chavo Guerrero and Hugh Morris came into the match later on. They were fired by the Alliance, and so they were just kind of like wild cards in the match. Yeah, and like I said, for Battle Royal, this was just fine. Yeah. Yeah, at one point, when Bradshaw just like threw Billy Kidman over his head over the ropes, and eliminated him. Yeah. And then when it came down to the final two, Test and Billy Gunn, and yeah, Test was about to get a famouser from Billy Gunn, and as Billy was running through the ropes, Test gave Billy a big boot and eliminated him, and Test won the Immunity Battle Royal. So yeah, I give it about 2 1/4. And then next up was the six-pack challenge for the vacant women's championship. Was Trish Stratus versus Jacqueline versus Lita versus Ivory versus Mighty Molly versus Jazz. And yeah, this was the same thing. I guess this was just fine for what it was. I didn't really think this was that bad. Yeah, I mean, I didn't like the first 2-3 minutes of the match. All 6 divas were tagged in the match, yeah. And then there was just complete chaos. All the divas were just fighting each other. Lita and Jacqueline were teaming up Hardy Boy style. Yeah. And then eventually Jacqueline turned on Lita and just gave her a clothesline. Yeah, and then Yeah, all of the divas were just being thrown out of the ring. Yeah, Molly was taken out of the ring, and then Lita was thrown out of the ring. Then Jazz was thrown out of the ring. Yeah, and then at the end, Trish got a Stratus faction on Ivory, and Trish won the match. And Trish was the undisputed women's champion. So yeah, just fine. 2 1/4. And then we got the main event. The winner take all Survivor Series elimination match was Team WWF, which was The Rock, Chris Jericho, Undertaker, Kane, and Big Show, versus Team Alliance, which consisted of Stone Cold, Kurt Angle, Rob Van Dam, Booker T, and Shane McMahon. Yeah, I think this really was what really saved the show. I think this is what made the show as good as it was. Yeah. Yeah, it just started off kind of average, where everyone was being tagged to face each other. Yeah, Shane McMahon was breaking up pin counts several times. Yeah. He got up before anyone could get him. Yep. And then when Joey Big Show was eliminated, when he was hit with several finishers, I mean, he got an angle slam, a scissors kick, a 5-star frog splash, and then an elbow drop, and eliminated him. And then Shane got the same treatment. Yeah, first he got beaten down by The Rock, and then Kane chokeslammed him, and then Undertaker gave him a tombstone, and then Chris Jericho gave him a Lionsault, and Shane was eliminated. Yeah. And then Kane was then eventually eliminated when what happened? Oh yeah, it was like Kane. It was like he got a 5-star frog splash, and yeah, just another flying move by RVD. Forgot what it was, but yeah, RVD then eliminated Kane, and yeah, and then as Undertaker was fighting all the Alliance team, as he was busy with like Kurt Angle or something, Stone Cold gave the Undertaker the stunner out of nowhere, and then put Kurt Angle on top of Undertaker, and Undertaker got eliminated. And then Rock and Jericho were on a 4-on-2 disadvantage. Then they made a comeback. Booker T was eliminated when the Rock Irish whipped him into Kurt Angle. Oh, and the Rock rolled up Booker T and eliminated him. And then yeah, Chris Jericho then eliminated RVD when he gave him kind of like a skull crushing finale. Yeah. And then it was it was down 2-on-2. Yeah. And it was and Kurt Angle eventually got eliminated when The Rock made him tap out to the sharpshooter. And then Stone Cold was left by himself. And yeah, Stone Cold was bleeding pretty badly from the mouth. Yeah. Yeah. And then, uh, Stone Cold was able to fight off the walls of Jericho. And yeah, he then reversed a roll-up pin from Chris Jericho, and then he eliminated Chris Jericho. Then it was down to Rock and Stone Cold. Chris Jericho then gave The Rock a skull-crushing finale. Yeah. And then, but The Rock kicked out after Stone Cold tried to pin him. And as Chris Jericho was starting to walk back to the ring, Undertaker came out and told Chris Jericho just to leave or whatever. Yeah. And then, we saw The Rock and Stone Cold continuing to brawl. They kind of played off some stuff from their WrestleMania 17 match. I mean, they gave each other their finishing maneuvers. Yeah. And then, Stone Cold got The Rock in the sharpshooter, and The Rock got to the ropes. And then, The Rock got Stone Cold in the sharpshooter, and Stone Cold got to the ropes. And then, The Rock reversed a stunner and gave Stone Cold the stunner. Yeah, but before we could get a 3, Nick Patrick pulled Earl Hebner out of the ring and knocked him out. And then Stone Cold gave The Rock a rock bottom, and tried to go for a pin, but The Rock kicked out. And then Stone Cold just knocked out Nick Patrick. And as he was bringing Earl Hebner back into the ring, Stone Cold went for the stunner, but the Rock fought out of it, and he just pushed Stone Cold right into Earl Hebner. Earl Hebner got knocked down again. And as The Rock was trying to go for a rock bottom, Stone Cold then and fought out of it, and then he gave The Rock a stunner. Stone Cold actually had the match won, but there was no referee, and as Stone Cold was trying to revive the referee, Kurt Angle then came back, grabbed the WWF title. We thought he was going to hit The Rock, but he nailed Stone Cold with it. And then, The Rock gave Stone Cold a rock bottom, and The Rock pinned Stone Cold for Team WWF's victory. And we saw that in the locker rooms, WWF was celebrating, and the Alliance was just, they were just speechless. And Stephanie's crying was hilarious. And then, we saw Vince McMahon come out to the rampway. And he had the victory stance. Yeah, so yeah. So yeah, really good to great match. 4 stars. Overall, the show, I give it a 7.75 out of 10, yeah. As I said, the main event pretty much made the show as good as it is, yeah. Everything else is not really too bad, but yeah. Yeah. Main event is really what saved the show. So, yeah. Alright, so that does it for my Survivor Series 2001 review. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.